Gala Zethia, our latest 5-star Shadow Blade added to Dragalia Lost as part of our 3rd anniversary period. She brings a slightly odd kit that breaks a rule we've been used to for the entirety of this game's lifetime. She only has one skill. There's a bit more to her kit than just that, so let's get straight to it. First of all, her skill, Genesis Circlet. It deals 1970% damage across 5 hits, and Zethia will be immune to knockback as well as take 30% reduced damage during the skill. It's also a skill that charges itself. Its first charge takes 10 seconds, but after one cast it'll take 14 seconds, and subsequent casts will take almost 30 seconds to fully charge. It's not actually worth using for damage. Zethia's standard attacks put out comparable DPS, so you'll only want to use it for the large AoE, for example clearing orbs in Asura or Cayenne, or perhaps for absorbing unavoidable attacks with the damage reduction effect. Zethia has the typical Gala treatment of dual resistances, and Zethia's co-abilities are also fairly typical. She has the standard strength co-ability of blades, and a light res chain co-ability that activates with a team crit damage amp. More on that in a bit. The next quirky thing about Zethia is her unique attack string. This attack string has a total of 9 attacks, dealing roughly 2800% damage in 8 seconds. Her 3rd ability, Providential Blade, causes attacks 5 and 9 to grant a crit damage amp, capping at team level 1 for a 20% bonus. This unique chain also grants her summon points, used for her summon gauge. Zethia's summon gauge is part of her 1st ability, Genesis Pact Bearer. The summon button summons Bahamut. When Bahamut is on the field, some of Zethia's standard attacks will deal more damage, adding almost 20% extra damage to her whole combo. Bahamut will also attack automatically, using its skill after 16 attacks, taking about 32 seconds for the whole cycle. The summoned standard attacks are identical to Gala Bahamut, bringing its immense attack damage mods and a juiced up skill hitting for 4860% damage. One quirk of this, however, is that Bahamut's burst is somewhat hard to control. Burst damage windows during break are typically only a few seconds long, so you need to anticipate break well in advance if you're aiming to land the dragon skill on your target with the optimal timing. Zethia also has some dodge mechanics baked into her attacks. If Zethia dodges during a combo and resumes attacking after the dodge, she'll continue her combo from where she left off, as long as she only dodged once. This mid-combo dodge also attacks at the same time for 90% damage across 3 hits. It's not really a DPS tool, but it's better than dealing no damage during a dodge. If Zethia dodges an attack, she'll deal a hit of 183% damage. Again, not really a DPS gain, it's just less of a loss for dodging. Optimizing Gala Zethia is going to come down to landing as many attacks as possible while trying to fit as much as Bahamut's damage in burst windows. But Zeno, you say, aren't all characters optimized by attacking as much as possible? Yes, that's true, but Zethia places a particular emphasis on it. There's nothing specific like trying to weave C4FS between skills on Gala Alex. It's all about trying to stick as many full combos as you can manage. If you need to move across an arena to avoid purple attacks, try to weave attacks between dodges to maintain your combo. Over half of Zethia's attack damage is in the final 3 attacks of her string, so dropping the combo to use skills or dodging too much results in a lot of lost damage. This also means that if you do use skills, try and use them after a full combo. That's the case for a lot of adventurers in general, but again, Zethia exaggerates the importance of landing full combos since it's the majority of her non-Bahamut damage. Zethia benefits the most from Flurry Strength and Flurry Devastation one-prints. Zethia's Bahamut summon is quirky. Bahamut's skill benefits from skill damage, but is otherwise unaffected by dragon damage. I'm not 100% confident in using skill damage on Zethia. Given that you don't really want to use S1 if you can avoid it, and Bahamut's skill is only a tiny proportion of Zethia's overall damage, I wouldn't say it's really worth prioritizing. I'd wager that you'll be better off using Punisher prints after Flurry prints are sorted, then maybe crit damage as filler, or perhaps double buff prints. Co-op backline wise, I'd go for Summer Yuden and Joker as a base. The final slot would like a standard attack co-ability from Galalaxy or Tiki, but if you're playing element locked content, then I guess Vanya could be another safe choice. With all that said and done, where does that leave Zethia? Well, Zethia brings decent raw DPS and not much else besides some amps from Bahamut and her crit damage amp. She brings so-so hit count, dealing 30 hits across her whole combo, but doesn't afflict anything or even dispel. Zethia's damage is fairly competitive compared to Gala Shell. but being a Blade, she stalls out against Legend Cayenne when his Berserk phase hits due to not contributing decently to breaking Overdrive. She contributes to team amp somewhat with a Bahamut summon and crit damage amp, but that's about the extent of her utility. When it comes to team building, Zethia's who you turn to when you need big damage and nothing else. She's not going to handle your Dispel or Affliction needs, so make sure you've got that handled elsewhere on your team. Zethia doesn't really want to be the shared skill holder on your solo teams either, since skills interrupt her brainless blade swinging. In co-op, I'd probably just bring Sha Wujing's skill as a safe choice, maybe coupled with Gala Mim skill to refill gauge when Bahamut isn't summoned for Sinister Dominion content. And that about covers it. Of course, don't take my word as gospel. Do a bit of thinking on your own if other people present differing opinions when it comes to optimization and builds and whatnot. If you have other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or drop by my Twitch streams. The link is in the description. There's also a Discord server that I haven't promoted a lot in the last year, so feel free to drop in there too if you'd like. As always, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.